Whatever that comes to you, you dream. Whether you are going to get money, you are going to die, you are going to give birth, you are going to marry, whatever. The Supreme Being has made it that it will come to you 21 days before it happens. Even when a witchcraft want to attack you, it must give you a prior notification that I am coming. So if you lose God, it will attack you.
I want to ask, how do people get infected in the spiritual realm with diseases?
This in the Ghana, it is called sisakoe. This herb in the metaphysical world is 2 times bigger than the human aura. Wherever it is planted, negative vibrations, negative entities don't play there. Sometimes you can go to it and then you tell him the day you were born. You tell him why you want it. For that one, you just pluck 1, 2, 3 leaves and then you come and cook it. You drink it, or sometimes you bath with it, and then it will boost your aura.
Good afternoon to you all. This is your boy Michael from Advert Africa, where we bring you authentic African content. We have our Lord Spiritual here as usual, who is going to take us through the herbs that we have this day. So, our Lord Spiritual, I want you to just introduce yourself once again to our viewers who are viewing us for the first time.
Thank you. I salute the supreme consciousness within you, with all the divine charm of my mind, and with all the love and cordiality of my heart.
All right, my Lord Spiritual, let's see what today we have for our viewers. When we talk about healing, my Lord Spiritual, what is healing? What is healing?
The human body is composed of different vibrations or different energies, and they all have their functions and what they do for in our body. We have the physical body, which you see. We have the emotional body. We have your mental body, and we have your spiritual body. All these bodies come together to form or to work with the soul. So there are times that some ailments might come from your mind, your mindset. Some ailment might be the way you are brought up by environment, by necessities, and sometimes about what you eat. So ailments that you see necessarily doesn't mean that comes from what you eat. People attribute most of our sicknesses to genetic modified organisms that we eat. But mostly, I would say that 40% of our ailment comes from the way we think, and also how our mental body is framed. But in African healing, we look at healing from a different perspective as others. Others might use crystals to heal, others might use meditation. But Africa, we only know that there is only one disease in Africa. There's only one disease. That is why an African can compose or can make an concoction which will say that it heals all diseases. Because the way we understand sicknesses or diseases and our way of approach is different from the orthodox and is different from other form of healing.
My Lord, I want to just pause there. I want you to pause there because we will come there. What you are saying now is very interesting. We will definitely come there. But we want to know what's healing. When we say healing, what is it all about? And what is healing itself? What is healing itself?
Healing is trying to energize your physical body, your emotions, your mental and your spiritual bodies to harness with nature and to be able to connect to the Supreme Being. Because you must always be happy. You must always be blissful. You must always be free with humans and animals, plants, and minerals. You must always be free with them, and you must always be connected to them. So when there is a blockage that is hindering your progress, it is a disease and which must be healed.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So you see, it is all about correcting the human system to harmonize with the worldly system or the universe. Is that not so?
That is it.
Wow, 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 wow. Then I'm also a healer, because if I'm able to tell you what healing is, then I'm also a healer. Okay, my Lord, let's go back to what you were saying. So then we ask a question that what is or what are the types of healing? Do we have types of healing? And even if we have, what are they? We want to know what are they?
Yes, you see that the Orthodox have their own way of healing. The Orthodox medication is different from the herbal medications. And the herbal medications too, people use different type of herbs depending on their understanding to diseases, how diseases are being brought. Some use herbs just to heal the glands, to energize the glands, so that the glands will also energize your system and then take away the parasites. So you use the same herbs, but in a different approach. But in Africa, some also use crystals. They use maybe agate, amethyst, or gemstones to also take away diseases from the body, because the crystals are also very good in attracting, expelling, and then energizing the universe. So people also use crystals. Others also use healing, which is called a pranic healing. They draw energy from the beings of light, the universe, to also focus on the particular point in you or the particular center in you, where your body can be able to absorb it and then spread it to your body, and you are healed. But in Africa, we know that there's one disease. There's only one disease. You see that what causes disease? It is parasites that causes disease, and those parasites, the worms, the fungus, the bacteria, and sometimes the pollution. People have also added pollution to it. People are also saying that solvent, the chemicals, the scents, and then the fumes from chemicals also causes diseases. But with that of the worms, and then the bacteria, and then the viruses, and then the worms, it's a different thing altogether. The way they operate on a system is different from when a solvent or a pollution is disturbing the body. And what keeps those parasites is mucus or phlegms, as you may call it. They are the only thing that is able to keep the parasites. And God has made your body in a way that from your head, from what you breathe, and from what you eat, in your ears, the openings, or there are mucous membranes there which produces mucus, in a way that in case a bacteria comes, you have the mucous membrane in your sinus, you have the mucous membrane all over your body. Though the mucus also does another thing in the body, it is also the one that traps the viruses, so that the following day it takes into your colons, and then it comes out of you. That is how God has created your system. That when you breathe any virus that you don't see, the mucous membrane there will attract it, and then later will take it into your intestines, and then it comes out of your stool. Wow. So when those mucous membranes are compromised through your way of life, then the mucus become more. So it means that all the time, instead of your system to produce maybe 10 milliliter of mucus, it produces maybe 300 or 400. So there's always mucus in your system. So the worms, the bacteria, and they swim from one mucus to the other. that is what causes disease. So Africa know that wherever it is, if you are able to realign the mucous membrane well, and then it produces the right mucus, all diseases will go. That is why you see an African man with one medicine, it cures thousands of diseases. And it is true. I've come to testify that it is true.
Wow. One herb or one medicine cures thousands of disease. In fact, I was in a car and then there was this man who was selling medicine, and then when he mentions the name of the disease and nobody minds him, and then he looked at the man and said, "Mu mema na mu ha ne kura mu kotini nya juma inti mu meto mu meto edrori bi and mu koti me ye juma." You see, these things. Why am I saying all this? You just said that one medicine can cure thousands of diseases because of the you mentioned something, said the something memory, the mucous memory. Because of that means you must align it. Yes, you must align it.
Then, when you see the body will go through two stages. One is cleansing, and the other one is energizing. So the mixture of the medicines is cleansing and energizing. So by cleansing, you cleanse all the mucous membrane well, and then you energize the other organs as well. You see, the system is divided into 10 parts. We have all the system, the gastrointestines, the urinary system, the reproductive system, the respiratory system, and so we have systems that, but whatever it is, African man knows that he knows what to give you. He knows what to give you. 4 different components that African man prepare and gives you. One will realign your system, and one will energize the system. One will go into your mind, the iodine, and then the carbon will go into your mind to realign your system. And then an African man knows that there are times that those ailments can also be caused by your own personal deeds, or sometimes through spiritual means. So African man, in all his medicine, is able to add something spiritual to be able to also expel whatever negativity that have caused the disease. Sometimes to realign your way of thinking as well. Because with me, when you come and I'm healing you, I heal your emotions as well. Because your emotion can also cause diseases for you, not necessarily what you eat. So in the medicines that I give, I make sure that I give you physical and spiritual medication so that it will heal all aspects of you.
Wow. This is very educative. In fact, I have a question I want to ask now, which I think most of our viewers will also want to ask the same question. How did traditional or African healing came about? How did it come about? How did it start? How did people get to know that when I take this leaf and I add this to it, at the end of the day, this is what it can cure? Like, how did it come about?
You see that through experiences and then through contacting the spirits. See, we have a way of divination. There are times that you can come to me, I can prepare this herb. Your soul can even tell me the type of herbs that is good for it. So you use those herbs, you prepare those herbs for the person. But an African man, through experience, is able to and then through divination, is able to see or get remedy for all diseases. So African man has his own way. Sometimes you don't just give the person any medicine. You have to do your divination, see where his ailment is coming from. Some might be spiritual, some might be physical, some might be emotional, some might be mental, some deficiencies. So you only will have to diagnose the person well through divination or using other modern techniques. But I use the ancient one because it has not failed me before. So by doing those, you'll be able to call the person's soul and ask exactly the problem that is facing the person is facing, and then the soul will give you remedy for it.
All right. Today's interview is sponsored by SPM Studios inside Nungwa. They are located at Katamanto. The Nautical Road. When you get there, you surely see SPM Studios. In fact, you can contact them on these numbers: 0542 654445. I take it again: 0542 654445. In fact, contact them. They deal in everything that has to do with photography. Your weddings, your parties, funerals, adoring, whatever it is, you want them to come and then take coverage of. They will be there and they will do you good. All right, let's go back to our interview. In fact, it's becoming interesting. You have said a lot of things. In fact, I didn't even know these things. But let me ask this question. Dreams. Can dreams give us helps for healing? Because I've been hearing I was sick and I dreamt that my grandmother was giving me a particular leaf, and then when I chewed the leaf and I waked up in the morning, I am feeling okay. Can dreams also, you were talking about divination, but can dreams also teach us or direct us to helps for healing?
Yes. Dream is the first thing that we should be able to interpret for ourselves, because whatever that comes to you, you dream. Whether you are going to get money, you are going to die, you are going to give birth, you are going to marry, whatever, the Supreme Being has made it that it will come to you 21 days before it happens. Even when a witchcraft want to attack you, it must give you a prior notification that I am coming. So if you lose guard, it will attack you.
Hey, hold on. This is becoming interesting. You said dreams. So when I dream that maybe I am sick of, or there is an ailment attacking me in the dream, 21 days later, if I don't do anything about it, it may manifest. Is that what you're saying?
From day 1 to the 21 days, it will manifest when you don't change it. Because you see, you've been given a free will. You see, the free and the will, two things combined together. So you can choose whether to go to hell or to come to heaven. So when something is being shown to you in a dream and you don't take step, then maybe if it is good, it will happen. If it is bad, it will happen. That is how the universe is. That is why you've been given the free will. Nobody wants to take responsibility for your failure or for your success, even not God.
Wow. My Lord, we'll definitely, in a different series, we'll talk about this thing, because it's very, very serious. 21 days. So if I dream and I don't do anything about it, 21 days, it may manifest.
Yes, it will manifest. It will. It will manifest.
Wow.
You see that there are times that you will see that people who know the law of nature can sell something evil to you, and yet nothing will happen to him or her. They can sell something to you, they decode it and then write it that this medication or this herb or this whatever material I'm selling to you comprises of this. Then they code it in a way that sometimes you will not understand. Sometimes they use the botanical name and other names that you will not understand. It means that they have told you that I am selling poison. So when you, with your free will and willingly, you buy and you drink and you take it and you have the side effect, they are not being blamed for it.
Wow.
That is nature.
Wow.
You choose.
Wow. This is serious. This is very, very serious. But let's come back to our helps, what we are dealing today, because in fact that topic we will definitely talk about it, because it's very, very interesting, and I believe there are a lot of us viewing now who wants to know, because spiritual things we don't know. We only see it sometimes in the dream and all that, but the physical ones we can have control over, but the spiritual things we don't have control over. So let's deal with today's topic, and then definitely one day we'll surely come back to this one. We'll surely come back to this one. I want to ask, I want us to understand ailments and healing, both spiritually and physically, before we go on to the leaves. if we are able to understand this, I believe if you're able to understand this, administering the leaves wouldn't be a problem. But if you don't understand it, definitely you will have problems when you are administering. You will not even understand what you are doing. And I want to ask, how do people get infected in the spiritual realm with diseases? How do they get infected with diseases?
Yes, you see that the Supreme Being have made this universe. There are rules and regulations which are controlling. So knowingly or unknowingly, when you violate, you are being punished. When you are able to harmonize yourself with it, you are being rewarded accordingly, whether you are a child, you are an adult, whatever. You see? So in a way, when you think evil, when you do something evil in your mind, physically, and which affects your emotion, which affects your way of thinking, it means that you have violated the law. Definitely, there is a price to pay for it. If you take in something, maybe a concoction, maybe anything, food or whatever, which contaminates the body, the Supreme Being or the law doesn't bother whether you are poor or you are rich. What it means is that there is no mercy for it, because those laws, they don't love anybody or they don't hate anybody. They are being given something to do and they are doing it. That is why sometimes they tell people that in spirit you are rich, but physically they are not rich, because there is something that they have to do for the spirit to hand over their wealth to them, and they are not doing it. So when you don't do it, you will die. It is not the business of the spirit, because the spirit doesn't want to take responsibility for your failure or for your success. Wow. So it will make sure that until you does the right thing, it will not give you what belongs to you.
Let's go on to today's topic. I can see some. This is what you call soap.
Satan becomes
bulletproof, or bulletproof. I can see bulletproof soap, and then Satan be gone. Satan be gone. Not easy. Then, my Lord, please, what are these herbs? This one. What is this? What is this?
Yes, these are some herbs that we come to learn today about, and at least its fundamental principles and how you can use it to affect physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Okay. How to boost your system.
All right.
You will see that this in the Ghana, it is called sisakoe, emi, or the aheme in the Ewe language.
What about the tree?
Emi, how you want to call it, eme. You see that this herb in the metaphysical world is 2 times bigger than the human aura. This emi, that is why mostly you will see that the emi, it's planted in all the Indian monastery. They also have, they call it the Tulsi or Tulasi or whatever.
Please calm down. You are using some terms which I don't understand, and I know that most of my viewers may not understand. So please calm down to our level. Yeah.
Yes, I am saying that this, wherever it is planted, negative vibrations, negative entities don't play there. That is why sometimes it is being planted in the Indian monasteries, okay, so that it expels negativity. Wherever it expels negativity. Whether you are being changed by negative entities, when you sort of bath with it, put it into water, add some salt, and just bath it. Sometimes you can go to it, and then you tell him the day you were born. You tell him why you want it. For that one, you just pluck 1, 2, 3 leaves, and then you come and cook it. You drink it, or sometimes you bath with it, and then it will boost your aura. It will really also rejuvenate your spirit and realign your chakras for you. You see, sometimes it is not multiple using of the herbs that matters, but it is your link with the herbs. You know how you are able to connect to the herb. That it matters more than using it a couple of times. So we have to be able to know how to connect to the plant kingdom as well, so that whatever is being taken there or whatever we take there will be our friend and help us the more. And then this is the susumasa. This is the susumasa herb. You see that as we grow, nature itself helps. Some herbs that does not have seeds. Nature didn't make them. It is human being that made them. Any herb that you see, nature, all the herbs that nature itself germinated has a way of reproducing itself. So if you see a plant that cannot reproduce itself unless you cut and plant, or unless something in other way before it can germinate, then it is made in the laboratory.
So let me ask this question: what about cassava? Because cassava we cut and then we plant.
Cassava is made in the laboratory. That is why anything that nature made, there's no starch. Anything that there is starch, then it is made in the laboratory, because it is the starch that binds the two things. The chemical starch binds the two things together. So anything that there is starch, anything that nature made, any herb that nature made, there is no starch. Any animal that you see in the house were made by humans, because naturally we don't stay in one place with animals. They cannot stay with us. So it is through trying to add this gem to this gem, try to find a way of bringing some of them home. That is when we come across these the fowls, the dogs, because it is believed that it's the dog. The dog is the first animal that was brought home. The dog, you see, in Egypt, according to history. You see, so the dog is not God-made. Dog is not God-made, it is man-made. And most of the herbs that you see, they are not God-made. But this susumasa that you see also is very good for protection, and then to really help you grow spiritually. It gives confidence. When you cook the herbs, sometimes the bark, sometimes the roots, these herbs does not have much root, but if you're able to get the bark or the leaves, you cook and you drink, maybe 7 days. Anybody who sometimes is timid, you mingle with people. When you cook this and drink it for 7 days, you see that you'll be open-minded, and that fear in you will vanish. It is also very good to cure, to realign your pressure as well. But you will have to mix it. When you mix it with the Tulsi or the Emi, it's also boosts, and then the combination of the two can also help you grow physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Me, I don't want a scenario where I will only look at the physical aspect. You have this ailment and I just look at it, but I want to really realign you from your top to your toe, from your head to your toe, and from your spirit to your physical body. So that is why sometimes you mix the herbs. And moreover we have a way of communicating to the herbs or the spirits of the combining the spirits and other angels also to help to speed up or to boost the efficacy of the herbs. So it's also in addition. That is why when you go to a healer, the healer is able to give you the same herbs that you are using, but this time you see that it helps speed up the healing, because the healer also have a way of summoning the angels, summoning the beings or the stool that where you coming from, the angels and the beings from your mother's home to help heal you. so that your ailment heal fast. So sometimes it is good that you know the herbs, but it is best when you go to a certified healer for your problem to be solved fast.
Wow. This is very educative. We've spoken about 2 today, and I believe with time we'll dive more into more herbs and know what they actually do. What about this?
See that this is the Hazu Baba. The brand name is Hazu Baba, which is the Grandmaster, and this is the Satan Be Gone. You see that there are times that humans we are being, people just will think evil of you and think that it must happen, because they feel that some people call themselves men of God, and then they think evil of people, or they say that God has said this and it must happen to you. And if you don't take time, because it's negative psychic impression, when it's past 50 it will happen. But when you bath this soap more fluently, you will see that all negative psychic impressions, negative vibrations, you see, there are times that these negative vibrations, sometimes you are going somewhere that you have to get money, but the vibration will direct you to another place where you meet difficulties. Those things are also there. So when you bath your soap, you are free to move with your own intellect, with your own spirit. And then the negative entities, there are times that spells are being cast upon people, that whatever they do, there are energies that are watching you and sending information to their masters that he is here and you have to do this, he's going to do that. When you bath the Satan Be Gone soap, all those links will cut, because it's a link, and you see that it will cut. You see that the bulletproof, we have the bulletproof soap. With the bulletproof, there are times that people just hate people because they are genius, because they are intellectuals, because they are knowledgeable. They just hate you for what you are, because you know more than them. You see, but forgetting that everybody is born with a fortunate occupation, but sometimes we choose those occupations by necessity or by environment. You see, but we don't choose them because our soul have access. So if the person perchance has just choose it, but it is one of his or her fortunate occupation, the person does well there. And then that is what creates those vibrations. So when you bath this bulletproof, anything that people throw to you, whether they undermine you, they backbite you, whatever, whether these spiritual guns, tupi and so on, just bath it, and then you are free from all those calamities. So there are times that people will come to throw something. When you cross it, you get healed diseases. Sometimes something happened to you. Sometimes something there are things you have your money, but every day your money you lose money in your pocket. You know that I have 100 cedis, I spend 10 cedis, but yet the following day it's only 50 cedis left, and you cannot account for the rest. When you use this bulletproof, it will neutralize all those things, and wherever you are in the world you can get some. But in Accra, the Okanshi, there's a store there called Agro Store, which is just behind the Odifo Accra store in the Okanshi. You can get it there when you want more, or when you call me, I can also direct you to where you can get more of the soaps.
Wow, viewers, this is becoming interesting, but we have to leave you for now. These are the herbs and then the soaps. So we are going to leave the floor to him, for him to give us the direction and his contact number, so that if by chance we want any of these soaps and then the herbs, we will contact him, or you can contact him, and then he will be of help to you.
Yo, thank you. Mystery Professionals Healing Center is located at Nungwa, just opposite or adjacent the Shell filling station, and in the same building with Opinion Radio. What I do is that whatever the diseases, it could be prostate, That is sometimes the main disease that disturbs men after 40 years. And I am sure that out of 100 men, 80 after 40 gets prostate disorders. And I'm very expert in dealing with those things, those diseases, anything that has to do with the sexual organs. I'm able to cure it first class. When you come, I will do it. And whatever the disease, call me. When you want your soul, you want to ask something for your soul, you want to call your soul to inquire things about yourself and where you are now, I'll be able to also do that as well. And my contact number is +233 243 150078. +233 243 150078. God bless you all.
Wow, God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you very much for coming once again. In fact, it has been a very educative program. This is your boy Michael. We'll come your way again. This is Advert Africa, where we bring you authentic African content. See you again. Bye bye for now.